it's time for our next bedtime story, and you know that Easter is coming up and I'm so excited. So what we thought we'd do is we'd do a two-part bedtime story. We're going to do part of it this week and part of it next week. This Sunday is Palm Sunday, and it's a really exciting time in the Easter story, and we're going to read about it today. And then the Easter story takes a bit of a turn, and we're going to read about that next week. So this is the Easter story. It's time to get comfy, get cozy. If you've got a favourite blanket or a favourite toy, then cuddle up and we'll get going. Okay? The Easter Story by Brian Wildsmith. One time ago, a little donkey was brought to Jesus. The little donkey had never been ridden before, but Jesus spoke gently to him, and soon he stopped being afraid. Jesus climbed on donkey's back, and they set off for Jerusalem. See? As they drew near to the city, there were crowds of people standing by the road. The little donkey was amazed to see so many people. Some had spread their clothes along the road. Branches cut down from palm trees were spread on top too, all for him to walk on. "Hosanna!" the people shouted. "Hosanna! It's the man who comes from God." By the time they'd reached Jerusalem, the crowds were filled with excitement. Some people were asking, "Who's that sitting on the back of the donkey?" Others replied, "It's the prophet Jesus from Nazareth in Galilee." The little donkey lifted his head proudly as he entered the city. The little donkey carried Jesus through the streets until they stopped in front of the temple. Jesus went inside and saw that it was full of people buying and selling. He drove them out, shouting, "My house is supposed to be a house of prayer, not a house of den of thieves." You see? For the rest of that week, the donkey stayed with Jesus in the city. On Thursday night, they walked through the streets to a small house, and Jesus went in to have supper with his friends. Through the window, the little donkey saw Jesus breaking bread. "Take and eat this," said Jesus. "It is my body." And the donkey watched as Jesus lifted up a cup of wine. "Take and drink this," said Jesus. "It is my blood." You see? Now we know, don't we, that is the story of the Last Supper. We know that Jesus broke bread and drank wine with his friends to show what was coming and to show what was going to happen at what we call Easter. So next week we're going to continue reading this book, and we go on donkey's journey to find out what happened to Jesus, what happened, and what makes Easter such an exciting time for us all. So I hope you enjoyed that story, and I hope you're getting all nice, warm and snuggly up, and sweet dreams.